Fighting out of the blue corner, training right here in Austin, Texas, representing B Team, Nicky Ryan.
Representing the B Team, fighting out of Austin, Texas, Nicky Ryan is back on Who's Number One.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what Nicky's gonna bring here. He's so talented. A lot of talent in this young man. Really excited to see what kind of structure he brings to everything he's gonna do here.
And out of the red corner, training in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, representing 10th Planet Bethlehem, Rene Sousa.
Rene Sousa, another Who's Next reality show contestant, makes his Who's Number One return. Got a submission win over Kieran Kichuk in the last Who's Number One matchup. Let's see how he faces off against Nicky Ryan here tonight.
Yeah.
All right, let's take a look at this welterweight tail of the tape. Nicky Ryan, 22 years old, 5'7", weighed in at 169.6 pounds. Rene Sousa, 31 years old, 6'2", weighed in at 170 pounds.
Ready. Fight!
Nicky Ryan immediately sitting guard. Rene Sousa looking to pass on top. And the last time we saw Nicky Ryan in Who's Number One, it was the road to ADCC in that match against Dante Leon, where he showed an amazing wrestling game. His takedown game of that match was incredible, but injured his knee, if I do recall.
Yeah, he did.
And, you know, ended up fighting at ADCC. And, you know, we didn't really see the Nicky Ryan that we all know is available there. So it'd be interesting to see Nicky's progression back on the Who's Number One stage. And from what we've seen in the training footage on FloGrappling with his teammates at B Team, he's looking sharp as ever.
Yeah, I would expect to see wrestle ups from Nicky. That's pretty easy. It's a lot easier way to get into the wrestling, especially with a 15-minute match. Rene Sousa likes to do the rolling Kimuras, and it's tricky in the legs as well. Does some rolling guard passes that try to entangle the legs.
We talk about the young generation of grapplers. Nicky Ryan was the youngest to compete at ADCC. Beautiful arm drag, now gets to the top position of Rene Sousa. Attacking the leg right away is Nicky Ryan. And Rene almost gets the counterattack to the back.
Yeah, he came pretty close, got the knee in the hip there, but now I think we're going to see some real pressure here from Nicky. He is exceptional at passing. Nice move to the back,
Beautiful.
Steps over, yep. He is an exceptionally talented individual, Nicky Ryan, so it's going to be fun to see him back in action. There's a hook in.
13 minutes left in this match. Nicky Ryan now on the back of Rene Sousa. Rene doing everything he can to defend, trying to battle those grips, keeping his knee up nice and high by his shoulder to prevent that second hook from coming in.
Yeah, you may see, if Nicky's going to stay on that control side, you'll probably see that inside leg pummel all the way across the hip. Not here. It's better here if he's going to use the power half Nelson. There it is, power half. Got to be a little careful when you get this tall, high up off the ground now, though.
Rene standing completely up, trying to strip those hooks off. And Nicky with that power Nelson.
You can switch to a strangle real quick here. There he tried.
Man, Sean Williams, you got to stop telling these guys what to do here.
You've also
all
got
night
a lot
long.
of guillotines.
All night long.
Yeah, if it gets down to the ground, this one turns into what we call an Almeida guillotine real quick. But Nicky's a little high. I don't know that he's going to be off the floor. So I wouldn't even be surprised if he gets a little. There's the Rene kid coming in.
Nicky Ryan actually has one of the fastest wins in Who's Number One, submission wins here at Who's Number One history against wrestler Tony Ramos.
Now Rene's going to need to step his leg under that hook and pull that hook across body. at some point, now's a good time to do it, is try to pull Nicky around the front. It's not always easy when you're out in the open like this. There, he did it. Now he's got to pull that foot. You're going to have to somehow hand fight and get that right hand in play and kick back and pull either the knee or the foot across body, and that'll help this whole situation, which then may cause Nicky to drop down instead of he's just carrying Nicky's weight on his back right now. It's an arm in rear naked try here. It's just actually does work if it get it right. It's sort of an inverted katagatami.
It was funny in the press conference, Rene was placing bets if Nicky would try a buggy choke. Buggy choke, one of the favorite positions of Rene Sousa, but you know, was able to hit that leg lock in his last Who's Number One against Canadian Kieran Kichuk. And you know, definitely things are going not as we thought that they would. Different positions. You know, I definitely did not think we'd see Nicky Ryan on top of a standing, or on the back of a standing Rene Sousa for the better part of this match so far.
Sousa's starting to get broken down here. He's carrying a lot of weight up there. It gets tiring. It's a strangle attempt. You got to be careful losing your underhook if it's not really in. Now he breaks him down. Yeah. Now watch this guillotine. You might see it coming.
Judges favor, blue.
Okay, judges favor first, favoring Nicky Ryan. No coincidence, he's been dominating this whole time, doing a great job.
Now he's just going to retake the back. His left arm should go back to the neck and work back on the neck now that he's broken Sousa down.
Just not letting go of that back position is Nicky Ryan. Just glued chest to shoulders behind Rene Sousa and just constantly attacking. You mentioned earlier, you know, Nicky Ryan was this up-and-coming youngster, just dominating all the local competitions, having amazing performances at ADCC. Had some injuries. You know, looking forward to seeing him come back, but you know, we saw the wrestling game predominantly in his match with Duarte, and now we're starting to see, you know, kind of like shades of Gordon Ryan, you know, with that incredible back control and just doing such a great job of just dominating, putting tons of pressure on his opponent here.
So let's see if he tries this. This is a sneaky little strangle that you can get. If you see Nicky go up and grab his bicep and then put his forearm on the tricep of Rene Sousa, it's like that. Now, this is tricky. It's much easier from the turtle position. It's almost like a no-gi clock choke, but it works like a charm. But more from the turtle position, and sometimes the back position can be a little bit difficult to get it, but you still can get it. We'll see if we see an arm isolation coming through. He's going to have to switch his legs. Right. Rene Sousa's coming back up. Another power half is going to come in. Might go and grab the leg if he gets up feet too close to head. Rene's needs to get the cross hand on the wrist and then use what I call a shoehorn. You got to shoehorn him in. Now, see, Nicky's getting this arm deeper and deeper, the right arm. But if Rene can get the left hand on the wrist and get the right hand under the forearm to his forehead, it really starts to allow him to turn a little bit more. Gets rid of any of that. The strangle attempts. No, that's good. You got a good pass right there. You got a good pass, and you can finish on the face. Let's see if he gets that right elbow over the shoulder. He is going to lose that, but
had it close.
Got it close.
Thought we were going to see another Andrew Tackett rear naked chin choke.
Yeah, it was close. Again, Rene needs to get that cross hand on the wrist. Now he's got to bridge up, 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 and begin turning, so.
6 minutes, 44 seconds left. And what Nicky Ryan is just doing, he just keeps breaking Rene down from this position. And any attempt that Rene has of even consideration of escapes, Nicky is just shutting it down.
Yeah, there's the shoehorn. Got it. Now he can start to turn. Get rid of this. Turn his hips. He's still got a pummel because Nicky can pummel. Just put the strangle hand right underneath that. So you can't just hang out there. You got to get that and then begin turning. Get rid of the body triangle and turn. I'd like to see Rene use his feet to lift up that triangle. When he's then that'll allow him to turn a little bit easier. Could use that left hook, lift up the hook of Nicky Ryan's figure 4.
Five minutes, 48 seconds left in this match. Nicky Ryan continuing to dominate on the back of Rene Sousa. We're gonna get another judge's favor real soon, but I think it's safe to say we know who that's gonna go to.
Yeah. Oh, that's gonna start to get tight. Rene does not want to put his shoulder that high. It starts to get a little tight. It's not there yet. Yeah, it's a nice switch. Nicky's using this stranglehold. Like I said, it's tough from the back, but it's an excellent switch to a rear naked. The harder Rene puts that elbow down, the more he can pull that tricep down and go on the neck.
Judges' favor, blue.
There it is.
Come on, Nicky.
4 minutes, 38 seconds left in this match. Nicky Ryan continuing to dominate in the back control position of Rene Sousa. Just constantly attacking, constantly breaking Rene's position down. Having a tough time actually getting the submission, but he's just dominating nonetheless. See that? Is that the quarter Nelson there?
Power half again.
Power half.
Yeah, yep. It really helps keep people grounded. Keeps that 4-point position at bay. Rene could bridge up and get his head on the mat here. It's all about the head position for Sousa right now. He needs to clear it to the left side and glue it to the mat. Bridge up and glue his head to the floor, and he'll be again being able to turn. But
Sean, let me ask you, how tiring do you think it is for Nicky in this position? Because it looks like he's doing a ton of squeezing, a ton of gripping, a ton of squeezing with his legs and arms. So if Rene was able to escape, do you feel that Nicky will be kind of burnt out from those limbs and just, energy-wise? How do you think things could change?
Yeah, I don't think I think that's why he's being pretty not passive about going after the neck hard, because he's holding. He is doing a lot of work to hold and switch arms, and I think as time winds down, you're going to start seeing him up the aggressiveness in this, switching back, because it does take some energy, but I wouldn't say that he would be any tired. The only thing that could happen sometimes, of course, is you could be frustrated that, hey, you spent all that time on the back and this guy was able to get out, and sometimes it makes the defensive person almost hit a second wind, almost like, hey, I took your best shot, here I come. But I would expect Nicky to start increasing the pace of this switching and trying to get under the chin and squeezing the face a little bit.
Referee stopping the action. Not sure if there's for what. You see the corner of Nicky Ryan, Craig Jones, and Nick Rodriguez, both who's #1 veterans. Nick Rodriguez had that absolute war with Felipe Pena a couple shows ago. Craig Jones, we're eagerly expecting the return of Craig Jones. Could happen very soon to the Who's #1 stage. Stay tuned for more info on that. And Nicky Ryan continuing to dominate this position now. Got a little more trap arm there, but I was going to say, I'm not too sure if he's going to be attacking that arm or using it to set something else up.
Yeah, the position said, like, hey, thinking about arm locks or triangles, but that would have been on that with Rene Sousa that far turn, that would have been a really risky scenario there. Now Nicky does have a really good Achilles triangle. Even from there, he sort of inverts in, and he's good at this, but there his hand is on the face now. Let's see if he puts a little pressure. Yeah, he's going to squeeze a little bit here now.
Rene pointing up saying, no, no, no.
Yeah, he needs to feed a little bit deeper. I think that was a little too high on the cheek rather than right on the mouth. There's a big difference between when you lock it on the teeth than when you lock it on the cheek.
1 minute, 20 seconds left in this match. Nicky Ryan continuing to dominate on the back of Rene Sousa. Rene trying to escape with everything he can, but Nicky just keeps breaking him down.
Yeah. So see, you can see on the cheek there, if the arm gets below the cheekbones, you get real trouble. There's the Almeida guillotine.
The Almeida guillotine.
This is what I'm talking about. He's very good at this. It's a very good strangle. It just gives you the back again when it fails. So Sousa just said, I'm going to give you my back. But
oh, Rene finally escapes. 30 seconds left. He's got to go for broke here. As I say that, he spins right for the leg, trying to attack the foot potentially here. Nicky swatting him away. 20 seconds left. Rene trying to step in and out. Nice little control on his own leg. Oh, look at that little setup there.
Yes.
That was nice.
He's throwing some Hail Marys now.
Yeah.
That's what he needs to do.
3 seconds left, and that is it. Rene grabs the foot in the final seconds. Dominant performance by Nicky Ryan. Rene Sousa stayed in the match to the bitter end, but I think it's safe to say we know who won that match. Again, long-awaited return of Nicky Ryan. And at this 170-pound weight class, there's a lot of good potential matchups for him here. Look at this back take that he hit on Rene Sousa. That was just awesome.
It was a beautiful back take. Just off that sort of quarter Nelson. Got the hooks in eventually. There's some strangle attempts on the face. Just a little bit high. You can see that those cheekbones are just like right where the forearm is. If that maybe would have been a half-inch lower, that would have been a big problem.
Nicky in the corner there with the B team, getting some consulting from Craig Jones and Damian Anderson, Nicky Rod, and even his mom out there, Seth, one of the B team owners as well. All right, we're going to go to the official judge's decision here. Let's kick it over for the judge's decision and our MC.
And your winner, by unanimous decision, out of the blue corner, Nicky Ryan.
Nicky Ryan makes his return to Who's Number One in dominant fashion, gets the win by decision. Dominant decision here at Who's Number One. Props to Rene Sousa. He wanted to level up in competition, and he got just what he wanted. Just an incredible matchup. Beautiful back take. Got to the back, controlled from start to finish, would not let go of that control. Attacking the chin, attacking the choke, reaping on that.